What is good, YouTube? We are back with another video, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna be making a hat today. We're gonna be sewing a hat, and we're gonna be making a new design now. If you are seeing this, I just uploaded my Black Friday drop, which is live. It's in the description. Check my website out, where you can buy shirts and you can buy a hoodie. I just did the final touches on this hoodie. We're just doing some final touches, but everything should be on the website and good to go. But we're trying to make a cadet hat. Now, I tried this in the past, but I didn't have the actual brims for it. Now, I got these off AliExpress. Let me show you guys. I got these off AliExpress. They're like this. Let me show you guys with the light. I got a whole bag of them. A full bag of them. So we're gonna try it out. We're gonna try to make a hat today, and we're gonna make it from a pair of jeans that were cut up and used in the past for something else. So we're gonna try to reuse as much fabric as possible here. So that's the aim. We're gonna sew this hat. Let me see how it's gonna come out. And yeah, then that's it really. I think we're gonna try to make it cool. We're gonna add some charms to it. We're gonna, I don't know, I don't want to make it too complicated because I want to see if it's gonna fit properly, because this is the last hat I made looked like this, which is cool and everything. Only problem is the brim is not that good. It's a little tight, so we want to fix that. We're gonna go through ways, stuff I use to make this one better. I'm gonna try to not make it as tight, but we will see how it comes out, and hopefully it comes out good. Thank you. Alright, so step one, we're gonna do the brim. We're gonna do the brim first because it is the easiest to do. Because I don't need a pattern for it. Now we're kind of just freeballing. What's the word for it? Freehanding. That's the word. We're freehanding this right now. So we're just going to outline it. There we go. We outline it, and then we're gonna add some seam allowance. So we add seam allowance so that when we sew it, this can actually fit inside. So I'm gonna say, like, I don't know, like what, ½ an inch seam allowance. That should be fine. And honestly, we're just gonna eyeball it once again because this isn't supposed to be perfect. I don't want to take a lot of time doing this. Now we're gonna cut it. Let's cut it. Now what I'm gonna do next is I'm going to measure my head. And then, why is that funny? I'm going to measure my head, and then I'm going to cut, make a pattern based off the shape of my head. So we're going to measure what size we need, and then we're going to do the headband. And then all we need is the headband and then the circle, and then that's it. So, alright, I'm just going to finish this up, and then, yeah, we'll be good to go. Okay, so we just cut out the first piece for the headband. So here's that. And then what I did is I just copied it onto here. And then we're going to cut this out right now. So that's the goal right now. In theory, this should really take 30 minutes, right? So it's a quick little project, a little side thing. Because my goal is to post every 2 to 3 times a week on the YouTube. And we're going to post as much as possible, so you know, this could one day become a part of the drop one day when I start dropping collections, right? So this is all tied somehow in some way, so that once, you know, the brand starts booming, we're going to use some of these ideas and incorporate it. Because yeah, when my brand first, we're only going to start selling shirts, but once we start selling hats, at least I know how to make a hat, and I'll be able to talk to my manufacturer, right? So it is good to know, if you want to get into clothing, it's good to know these skills so that you know exactly what you're talking about and how these things are made. Because if you don't know how they're made, then you're kind of getting bamboozled by the manufacturers. They're just going to run all over you and you're not going to know what to do. So we just cut our second piece. So what we're going to do is we have the two, this is the two good sides. We're going to put the two good sides together. We're going to sew it, and then we're going to flip it inside out, and then we're going to put the brim in. Let's do that right now. Alright, so we're just going to sew it right now. We're just sewing I'm gonna use just a little bit of seam allowance here. So we just matched up the good sides together, and I'm gonna sew it just the outline of the brim. So if you come closer, you'll be able to see what I'm talking about. I'm just gonna sew the outside. And the way I'm judging this is just using the edge of this line and using this as a guide right here. So I'm using it as a guide as I go. And I'm just gently just pushing it. Obviously it's not gonna line up perfectly because we did eyeball this, but we're doing the best we can. And then, voila, you have your thing. Now what do you do with it? You take it, you flip it inside out. What happens when you flip it inside out? It looks a little weird, but that's fine, because what we're gonna do is I'm gonna take that same brim, and now let's pray that it fits in, because if it doesn't, it'll make me pretty sad, but it's not gonna make me sad because it does fit in properly. And boom, just like that. See that? So that's gonna be our nice hat right there, and then we're gonna right there. So now we gotta do our head, right? So let's measure it. The cranium. Okay, it just has to be rough, and honestly it shouldn't be too tight anyway, so I think it's like that. I'm gonna add an inch to it, honestly. So 23, bro, I'm making it like 24. So I'm gonna make it 24 long. So if you see the design, this is what we're doing here. We're gonna cut this out on both sides. So how big this is about 4.5 inches. I think that's fine. There we go. And then we're gonna cut this little piece out here that I had right here, and you guys are gonna see why I did that. So because when we open it up, it's gonna be like that, and it's gonna be like the back part, but actually I'm thinking I should make it a little bit bigger, because you can't change this once you commit it. That looks a bit better. Boom. And then we're just going to sew this in. So let's get that sorted, and we're going to just fold it in on itself and just sew it all the way. So yeah, we'll be right back, and I'll show you guys how I'm gonna do that. All right, so we're gonna try to okay, we're trying to zigzag stitch the hem here. So this is gonna be on the bottom side right here. So we're gonna try to zigzag stitch it just so that it doesn't fray. I don't know, I'm just trying a new method. I don't know if it's gonna come out good. We're just trying it out because why not, right? So let's try it. Yeah, so we're almost done here. So we're just making sure this is all good here. What we're gonna do is you're gonna circle it around, and then this is gonna go where? Around the head. Then we're gonna put it on the grill. Okay, those who know. So let's just test it out. Let's see if it's gonna work. Just hypothetical. Just imagine this is supposed to be sewn on, right? We're gonna put it on here. The back here, these are gonna be like some tabs, so I can tie it tighter, but so far it's gonna fit like that. Okay. Is it good? Okay, you don't like me. Now we're gonna do the head. So this is where we need ShakJac, because we need to know the circumference, the radius, the parabola of the equation of the mass function of the square root of pi. A squared plus b squared equals c squared. 2.5 inches plus 2 minus 11 equals the size of the Earth. So that's what we're gonna ask ShakJac right now. What is circumference of 23 inches? Can you give me not the radius, what's the other one? This radius is like that. What's the other one of the radius that goes straight across? Okay, so we found the diameter, which is diameter equals circumference over pi, so over 3.14. So the diameter is 7.32 inches. So it has to be 7.32 and 7.32. That's how I'm gonna do it. So it's not big enough. We need a big piece here. We need a very big piece. So I guess we can use this. Yes, this butt cheek right here. Oh my gosh, I need to get new scissors. I swear, these scissors are never sharp enough. They say they're fabric scissors, but they're really not. Maybe I need like some next level industrial scissors. Because what do you mean that it can't cut through 2 pieces of cloth? You know what I mean?
You sound sick.
I am very sick. But we don't stop. Even if you're sick, you keep going. You keep making YouTube videos. The grind never stops. And you learn something new every day, so perfect. That's the butt cheek. So what we're gonna do, so for those who took math class in high school, we're going to do diameter right here. So what was it, 7.1? Something like that? Do 7.1 across. Here's my starting point. 7.1 across. There we go, that looks good. Now we're just gonna make a rough circle, because you know what, when you're sewing it, it just falls into place. It doesn't even need to be a perfect circle. We're not trying to make a hat that's going to break the internet. We're just trying to make a sample here, so just trying to see if this thing even works. So no point in making it perfect if we don't even know if it's gonna work. So we're just gonna quickly cut it here. It doesn't have to be anything crazy. Just something that looks like a circle, because this is gonna be used as a top. So when you're doing a hat, especially a cadet hat, you just need 3 pieces. The brim, the headband, and then the circle on top, which is the headpiece. And all of them connect to each other in some sort of way. They all have to be connected. This is probably the most tedious part if you don't have a pattern already. I tried to make a pattern. It came out as a flop, so I just realized, you know, instead of spending hours to make a pattern and use paper to cut it and my Cricut machine, why not just do this? It's much easier. Just eyeball. So now we got this. Now that's going to be our top. Cool, right? Has a little design as well. So we're going to flip this inside out. We're going to sew this on first. And we're going to make sure that it's properly connected. Now I'm just sewing the brim in right now. So let me actually take a video on mine. We got the brim done. And now the back. So it's just the brim. And this is how it's looking. So we're going to tie this down. Well, sew it down. I tied it down because the brim is connected to here, so it's going to be like this, right? And then we're going to have the circle, and it's going to be the last part we're going to connect on top. So it's all about maths at the end of the day, honestly. Sewing really just comes to maths in it, quick maths. So there we go. So we're just sewing it right now, so that the pieces stick together. Now typically you can use bias tape. I don't feel like doing that right now. That's too much work, so I'm just going to sew it regularly. Okay, so here we are. This is the hat attached to the thing, to the brim, to the circle I mean. And we attach it to the headband, so we're just going to sew in this whole circle here. Just give it a nice stitch, and then we're going to add the straps at the back, and then that's it really. Then we're going to call it a day. But besides that, we're going to see how it goes. I don't know what I'm going to do for the back, honestly, but we're going to figure something out. So yeah, let's go ahead and do that. Yeah, so we're basically done here. I'm just going to pluck the finishing touches basically, but there's a bunch of thread, loose thread that I need to get rid of. Done, and we did the whole hat ourselves, so it's kind of a fun experiment. I'll show you guys how it fits in a second. Let me show you guys how it fits. So this is the front. I'm gonna bend it a little bit. What does it look like? Good? So where's your phone? Let's see how it looks. Oh yeah, that's cool, right? It's a cool little conductor brim cadet hat thing. So that's how you make one out of spare fabric, because it's good to save the environment. And yeah, I mean, I'm just gonna put some charms on it, and I'll show you guys how to do that actually. So let's just put some cool little... What we're gonna do is we're gonna take this plier right here and bend it in, because obviously you don't want these spiking into your head. That would hurt. So it's just an example of many. So we're gonna fill this up and then I'll come back right at you guys when I'm finished. We just completed the hat with the studs and the stuff in the hat. Just a little bit of detail. We could definitely do more, but I feel like it's kind of cool by itself. It doesn't really need much more, but yeah, I mean, that's the video. Thank you for watching. I have a lot of dust on me, but yeah, we've been posting a lot. Like I said, we're trying to post a crazy amount. This video is probably really short, but if you're watching to the end of this video, I gladly appreciate it. I appreciate it a lot. We really are trying to post a lot because we're really trying to hit that 1,000 subscriber mark. So if you haven't subscribed yet, bro, you should subscribe right now. Go follow the Instagram. Go check that out. Go check the website out. Maybe you'll like something. Go buy something. If you want this hat, if you want me to teach you guys more, just hit me up. Send me a DM. I'll show you guys how to make the hat in better detail. This is kind of just a quick video, but yeah, maybe I'll start making some cadet hats soon that look similar to this. So who knows? I mean, it's always good to know how to make stuff on the fly, and this is like one of the easier things to sew from scratch. So yeah, it was fun doing a little project with you guys, and I'll see you guys next time. Next time. Bye bye.